I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message!
What's going on, everybody? It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra. Thank you and welcome, and thank you for tuning into another episode of Know Yourself Academy. All right, now as you can see by the title, we're going to be getting into the Capricorn Moon Sign. All right, I myself am a Capricorn Moon, and not only am I a Capricorn Moon myself, the Moon is also debilitated here. Now, when we say a planet is debilitated, we want to say it's at a place it doesn't want to be. All right, shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man, one of my favorite astrologers and teachers. All right, he has a lot of unique ways to label certain things that we explain in astrology. And one way he describes the debilitation is at a planet being at work. All right, being at a place it doesn't want to be, but it got to do what it got to do to get the job done. And this is exactly how the debilitations in your life plays out. All right, now, and remember, everything has its pros and cons. Because a planet is debilitated doesn't mean it can't play out positively in your life. And just because you have a sextile trine, aka gifts and opportunities, or a planet that's home or exalted doesn't mean that it can't play out negative in your life. So this is another thing to understand in astrology. All right, now, what is a moon sign? Okay, your moon sign determines your true emotional state and who you truly are, your emotions and feelings, your internal, your soft spot. All right, how you process feelings that you catch, because everybody has their own emotional state depending on what element your moon sign is in, whether your moon sign is in air, earth, water, or fire. All right, but depending on your actual moon sign, that shows you how you process feelings that you catch. Your feelings and your true natural emotional state are two different things, so let's keep that in mind. All right, now when we're talking about Capricorn, this is cardinal earth, and whenever we're talking about cardinal energy, cardinal signs, this is creating and initiating. These are like the leaders of the zodiac. All right, now when you put that in earth, all right, which Capricorn is an earth sign, this is somebody that likes to create and initiate earth-like energy, which is foundation, practical matter. Everything dealing with earth is dealing with practicality and logic. Okay, so when you're dealing with an earth sign, understand you're dealing with somebody that likes to do things off logic, off what makes sense. All right, they like to build off of a foundation. They need the blueprint. A lot more so Capricorn, because this is cardinal earth dealing with the blueprint, creating the early stages of how we're going to build. All right, all these words are very significant when we're talking about earth signs and Capricorn moons. All right, so this is how a Capricorn feels throughout a Capricorn moon feels throughout their life. They feel like they need to create structure and stability in their life in some type of shape or form. All right, now Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. All right, now Saturn is dealing with restrictions, limitations, boundaries, and doing things step by step. No shortcuts. It's a cold, dry planet. All right, so we're not dealing with the emotions and feelings at all here. We're dealing with practicality and what makes sense. All right, now when you're a Capricorn moon, right, the moon is debilitated in here. Okay, if we were to travel to the Capricorn constellation, or the 10th house, which is the house Capricorn derives from, because the houses gave birth to the zodiac constellations, so we have to understand the houses, and y'all know we're gonna get into the houses. However, if we would like to travel to Saturn or travel to the Capricorn constellation, it's gonna be like a lot of construction, people building and tearing things down, architects writing blueprints, people having business discussions about what's making sense, and business sharks trying to take over other people's businesses. And this is the Capricorn energy. So when you put the moon here, the moon, this is opposite from Cancer, dealing with privacy and nurturing and the heart energy and the heart space and how you feel about things. All right, this is opposite. We're in Capricorn, so like we ain't got no time for emotions and feelings. All right, we ain't got time to think about, to even feel. We need to get into what's making sense and how we gonna get practicality initiated in our life. All right, because we need that. A Capricorn moon feels lost without having stability, some type of financial structure, some type of foundation, something they could work with in their life to build in some type of shape or form to provide structure and stability in their life. A Capricorn moon is gonna have some plan going on in their life to get something popping. All right, now Saturn places restrictions and limitations. So as a Capricorn moon, you're gonna experience early in life and throughout your life, your young adult, your young adult life and whatnot, your 20s, and more so towards, your Saturn return, your early 30s, where this energy is going to release itself depending on how you lived your life, depending on the amount of discipline and structure you already working on before your Saturn return came around. But you're going to experience restrictions and limitations in your life. You're going to see people, you're going to experience, friends in school and, people around you. It may even play out even your siblings that seem like they have more freedom than you and they could do things that you can't do. And when you try to do things they do, some type of way you get burnt for it, or you get, you get in trouble, or like some type of restriction, limitation in some shape or form is placed on your life. As a Capricorn moon, you're going to go through things. Remember, the moon is debilitated here, guys. That do not want to be here in no shape or form. Had to hydrate myself real quick. So, you're going to, as a Capricorn moon, you're going to experience, because the moon is dealing with the motherly, nurturing energy in your life. Not specifically your mother, but that energy that the mother and the feminine energy is deriving from. All right. So when you put the moon in such a rugged, straight, dry, logical place, it's very uncomfortable. So Capricorn moons manifest, dysfunctional families in this lifetime. Parents, even if you were a Capricorn moon and grew up with two parents in your household, like I did until the age of 3. I don't have memories. I don't even have memories of my mom and my father living together. By the time I was 3 or 4, I was going back and forth. I would live with my father on the weekends and live with my mother and going to school in that neighborhood throughout the week. So even if you're a Capricorn moon that was born with and experienced having two parents in the household, it probably was still dysfunctional, like a marriage or whatever. They probably didn't want to be together, or most likely you was raised in a foster home, or like your auntie or your uncle or your grandparents or your grandmother raised you. These type of situations, and regardless of the family home environment situation, Capricorn moons develop not having, that early structure, and that early structure slash what's the word? I got the word in my head. That early structure slash this is sad, yeah. I have the word in my head. What's the word? Like that nurturing energy. Like as a Capricorn moon, if they feel like that blueprint in the family wasn't passed down to them in some type of shape or form for them to work with, that could build a lot of resentment as a Capricorn moon within, and that could make them think make he or she feel like they have to be the boss of the family, and they manifest those characteristics early in life because a lot of the times they grow up in dysfunctional families. So that the character traits we grow up with is kind of being a parent in our own home, parenting our own parents, parenting our siblings, parenting our friends, and we have that type of aura or gravitation pull, or that type of attraction to people, that people feel like they could open up to us, or they know we can help them, break down a lesson in their life in some type of shape or form. So Capricorn moons develop that type of energy, or I would say more so that type of psychological frame. But as a Capricorn moon, like I said, there's pros and cons to everything in with energy, spirituality, and especially astrology. All right, so on the bright side, a Capricorn moon, because the moon is here, Capricorn moons can endure way much than certain other moon signs that may be a little bit more easier to get to the soft spot and whatnot, because the moon is built hard here. All right, like I said, it's a Saturn energy. All right, moon and earth signs just be manifesting rugged situations, period. Even though the moon is exalted in Taurus, so that's a whole different situation as far as opportunities and how that energy moves. But in some type of shape or form, that earth is that rugged, planted, foundational energy, you feel me, that takes a lot to move. So a Capricorn moon, could be a real reserved. They're could get to the point where they're, the resentment that's built from not being able to achieve certain successes that they have in their head, or certain ways they want to be broadcasted, aka 10th house broadcasted, social status. When the Capricorn moon ain't meeting that, they could turn into a people that's yo, it's me against the world. And that's not always good to harness that type of energy, because you know that energy is like a blockage type of negative energy, where like you create opportunities where you don't see you don't see the things that's working in your favor, or you can't even see your opportunities or opportunities to network with other people and whatnot to help you achieve the goals that you want. So a Capricorn moon is important for you to understand that these are the energies you're experiencing because of this placement, and it's not like the world's against you, or it's not like everything is just upside down in your life and was manifested in poor circumstances, because a lot of Capricorn moons that rise through this energy, they become powerful individuals because they've learned, they were able to apply them lessons and the things they've been into their life and endure that and still manifest some type of stability and structure in their life that they wanted to manifest. The moon is dealing with manifesting, all right? So, as a Capricorn moon, you're always feeling on these type of things. You're always feeling about your structure, stability, how you're broadcasting your career, your short-term plans and your long-term plans, all right? These are things you're always feeling and envisioning and thinking about. So, in some shape or form, a lot of Capricorn moons are the type of people that say, nobody was there for me. I had to get it out the mud. I was in the trenches. I had to grind it out. Like, it was just me or whatever. Like those motivational speakers that talk like that, a lot of them be Capricorn moons. You feel me? So embrace that as a Capricorn moon if you're watching this, all right? You have a Capricorn moon friend that's going through it, try to nurture, be there for them or whatnot, because sometimes they could just be so hard on themselves, and like I said, they can endure it. For example, my brother passed when I was about 19 years old, all right, and that was like my best friend, my first teacher in life. He played out roles of a father a lot of the time for a majority part of my life, all right, and like that was just my everything. And he passed away from cancer, and everybody already knew my connection with him. So, a lot of people was trying to be there for me and whatnot, and I appreciate all the love and support I had at that time, all of those people to this day. However, a lot of people were telling me, during and after the times that, they were surprised by the way I handled the situation. And like I gave a speech at his funeral, and people were just like moved, and this is no shape or form trying to give any props to myself. I wish I wouldn't have to be even making that speech in the first place, but I realized how other people was looking at me as an example to be strong when I was going through it. All right, so like I said, Capricorn moons, you guys, I know if you're watching this, especially if you're already, in your 30s, or you understand this, or your early 30s or your late 20s, you're understanding exactly what I'm talking about right now. All right, so embrace these experiences in your life and these situations in order for you to become stronger, and understand you're an example for somebody, whether it's expressed to you or not, whether you're aware of it or not. You are an example to somebody how to handle life and rugged situations and persevere, all right, as a Capricorn moon. But you gonna go through it. Ain't no hiding that. You gonna go through it, all right? So y'all got the energy to boss up, so boss up, all right? Understand the restrictions and limitations that's being placed in your life through Saturn. Understand that these things are to help you grow and do things the right way, all right? And build the foundation, the structure to the things you want to manifest the right way. And you got it, man. You got it. Just like everybody got it, all right? You just got to figure out who you are and work with your energies, and anything's possible in this realm, all right? Y'all already know what it is. It's your guy, Boro the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all already know, like, share, subscribe, we'll do all of that and all of that, but y'all know how we come in 2020, all right? So thank you for tuning in. You guys out of here. Peace.